Hey guys, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. The place that I work at, somebody was caught shoplifting, meaning they were trying to steal some goods that they didn't pay for. They were trying to steal some goods from the store that they didn't pay for. And this just brings to my point. When you don't have money, you feel hopeless. It's like when people don't have money, they usually resort to a life of crime. And this is crazy to me. Yes, money is a very powerful tool, but just because you don't have it or just because you have lack thereof, you don't need to go take what doesn't belong to you. And it's just crazy what people do to get money. And it's just like a lot of people throw their morals and values out the window just to get some money or just to get something that has money tied to it. And what I mean by has money tied to it, it has value. Like people steal what people steal what theirs, people scam, people do all type of just crazy things, and it's just not right to take what doesn't belong to you. Because people work so hard for what they have. There was a time when somebody scammed me out of $300. It was over a pair of Dior's. Dior B22s. And it's just like, why would you scam me? You know, it's like, when you really think about it, those people have no hope in life. They're the ones that are struggling financially, because you got to do that just to get some money. You're struggling financially, and you don't know how to get it like a real person. Now, I'm sorry, people who steal, people who don't do right with their money, people who don't do good business, I got no respect for people like that. Because those people choosing money over their morals, over their values, when it should be the other way around. Yes, it's nothing wrong with having a lot of money, but you still gotta have your values and your morals intact. But in this economy today, a lot of people just don't have any hope. A lot of people just don't have hope. It's like they're dysfunctional. Guys, a lot of Americans don't even have $1,000 in their bank account. And they can't even cover a $400 emergency fund. A lot of Americans don't have any savings. They don't have any money put up for retirement. They don't have any investments. They don't have any of that. All they have is the regular job, and that's it. If they was to lose that, it's over for them. They'll have to live on credit, and living on credit is not what you want to do. You could buy stuff on credit, but you don't want to live on credit. You could buy stuff on credit, but you don't want to live on credit. You know, people steal stuff because they just can't afford to buy it. If you want it that bad, fill out a job application. Go out there and get a job like the rest of us and get you some money so you can afford the things that you want to buy instead of stealing from places that you know you're gonna get caught. When you steal, you're only doing harm to yourself, because you're not even gonna get the item. Or if you do get the item, depending on what it was, if you're able to eat it, depending on if it's food or not, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get arrested. And you're gonna get sent to jail, and you're gonna have to pay a large fine. And that wasn't worth it, was it? Versus you could have just got out there and got a job and saved a little money to buy what you wanted to buy if it was that big of a deal. But when people steal, it's because they're greedy. They have a hunger for all this material possession, and that's not good at all. The Bible's against that. The Bible is against people the Bible speaks against people who are greedy. People who have that mindset of greed. Like, I just gotta have it all. If I don't got something, I'm gonna just take it. And that's not the right mindset at all. But yeah, man, today's society, a lot of people just don't have any money. A lot of people are just hopeless. They're turning to the life of crime. And nowadays, anyway, people just cannot be trusted. And it's crazy what the world has gotten into, but let's just face it, the world we live in is evil. I'm gonna say it again, the world that we live in is evil. Like, you wouldn't think some of the stuff that you would never do that people do. Yeah, people do it. And they do it on a daily basis. They do it like it's a lifestyle. I would never dare to scam anyone. I would never. You would think that people don't scam, but there are people out here who do. Some people don't get caught, and some people do. Some people don't get caught stealing, and some people do. Depending on where they did it at, and who and where they stole from. But yeah, man, it's just crazy how. But this pretty much my point. When you don't have money, you feel hopeless, like you feel basically powerless, like you just feel like you're nothing to the world. When people have no money, they feel like they're nothing to the world. And people might look at you as you're nothing because you don't have any money. You don't have anything that the world evolves around. You have a lack thereof. And there's a lot of people who are struggling. There's a lot of people who are struggling to make ends meet. A lot of people who are struggling to put food on the table. There's a lot of people who are struggling to keep up with their bills. A lot of people are behind on their bills, their rent, their mortgages. I know a few family members have gotten their car and car repossessions. Those normally steal your credit for about 7 years. So they have a pretty lasting impact on your credit. And the crazy part about a car repossession is that you still got to pay the loan. And you got to pay to get it back if you want your car back. But it's just crazy how people are struggling. They can't even pay their bills. And now people got to get a second job just to keep up with their bills, just to keep up. And it's just crazy. But, you know, just the economy that we live in, we can't complain about it. Because I see a lot of people on social media who just keep complaining about the economy, and that makes me sick. That just disgusts me. Like we can't go. We saw, like, okay, we still gotta do what we gotta do. We still gotta get up. We still gotta go to work. We still gotta save our money. We still gotta invest. We still gotta provide for ourselves. We still gotta provide for our families. We still gotta pay our bills. We can't control the economy. The only thing that we can control is how we react, is what we do about it. We can't control the external factors. We can only control the internal factors. Our internal factors are what we could do, to make our situation better. So we still gotta do what we gotta do, no matter if prices just keep on rising, no matter if inflation just gets out of control. We still gotta do what we gotta do. You still gotta do it. You still gotta wake up every day. You still gotta put that work in, and you still gotta save that money. You still gotta invest it. Because do you want to have hope, or do you not? If you want to have hope, then just keep going, and ultimately just trust Jesus. But yeah, man, save that money, and one day that money gonna save you. Invest that money, and your future self will be proud of you. Stay blessed.